What is up, guys? Silver Warrior here, and in this video I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit about silver versus Bitcoin. And I'm talking about Bitcoin in particular because obviously it's the most valuable cryptocurrency right now. There are many other ones to exist as well, and it has nothing to do with the Bitcoin craze anymore. It goes well beyond that, because as soon as the craze started happening, I talked about that in of itself. I talked about, is it too late to invest once it started exploding in value, and I just talked about what I thought the future of it might hold and everything. But in this video, the only reason I thought that this was kind of important to make is because of the fact that I've seen a lot of people who have been commenting on my videos or just talking in general saying that I'm just going to end up selling all my silver to get into cryptocurrencies. And the thing that I think is kind of ridiculous is that people are treating Bitcoin as just a get rich quick scheme, and they're not really looking at all of the facts with it. And the biggest fact that you really do have to observe is that just because you can make a lot of money doesn't mean you can't lose a lot of money. Any investment that can make you insane amounts of money can lose you insane amounts of money as well. And the thing is that Bitcoin, as well as it's doing, it can always go into another recession, because when it was getting extremely valuable coming out of a recession. And the thing is that every investment has its time, okay? Every investment has its bubble. Silver and gold at one point had their bubble back before the Great Recession of 2008, when the housing market collapsed. We saw silver was over $50 an ounce, and gold was a couple thousand an ounce, and that was a crazy time for precious metals. But now silver is around 17 an ounce, and gold's around 12 something an ounce. So the point being, Bitcoin is not guaranteed to keep on going up and up like it is right now, okay? And the thing about Bitcoin is that it's never going to be the most stable investment you can ever make. Now, obviously, I was just talking about silver and gold having crazy surges in value, but for the most part, they are going to remain relatively stable as an investment. And comparing silver and Bitcoin is not a fair comparison to make, because one of those investments is meant to make you a lot of money, and the other, however, is meant to protect your money and protect your wealth. And obviously you can guess which I'm talking about with which. And I'm not saying that Bitcoin's a bad investment. I have Bitcoin myself. I put several hundred into it at this point. So I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't invest in Bitcoin, because I've seen my money grow in Bitcoin as well as in Litecoin. Both of those investments have done very well for me. However, at the same time, I do think that selling your silver with the sole purpose of getting Bitcoin is simply ridiculous, because you've already made the investment with silver. Why would you go and literally sell your silver? Now, if you're making a lot of profit, like let's say you bought coins that you're going to flip and you're making a lot of money off of them, that I completely understand. And then you're going to put your profits into another investment so you can make more profit very quickly. That makes sense to me. But that's treating, silver as a way to grow your wealth as well. But I'm talking about people who are just going to sell their silver bullion, barely break even, if that, just to buy Bitcoin. That's absolutely absurd. Because if you don't have the money to go and invest in Bitcoin yourself, or you're not able to make the profits from your stack, then you should be holding on to your silver, because clearly you need that more than you need a cryptocurrency that is, that you're going to hope is going to make you money. And at this point, Bitcoin is really not looking like it's going to make an absurd amount more money. And I could be wrong about that, but it's kind of been going back and forth between, I guess it depends, but usually it goes between around 22 to 2800. So, and at this point, it's at the higher end of that. So you might want to wait anyway until it goes back down. But Bitcoin is just going up and down right now anyway. And like I said, I'm not trying to bash it at all. I'm not trying to bash any cryptocurrencies, because there is a lot of money to be made. But if you're at a point where you'd have to sell your precious metals that you've already used as investments and you're not going to really make any money off of them, if you're trying to basically turn one investment into another type of investment, and that being a stable investment that is going to protect your wealth against inflation and protect you from currency manipulation, as opposed to having an investment that literally your sole purpose is to make money with, and you're just hopping on that bandwagon, then I'm just going to say that is a problem. You do need to have money in stable investments that you can guarantee tomorrow will still be worth the same amount that they are worth today. With that, I do hope you enjoyed the video. That is it for this one. Peace, love, and much respect.